Hey tasters, we all know how it goes. One drink leads to another, and when the morning comes, you wake up with a monstrous headache. It's not just any headache, it's a hangover headache. But what's actually caused it? Too much to drink? Well, yes. But what I am asking is, what is the chemistry of a hangover headache? Many people are under the impression that the hangover headache is simply the consequence of dehydration. But if that were the case, it would pass with 1 or 2 glasses of water. Other factors that contribute to this terrible headache are the disruption that alcohol causes to our blood sugar levels and our electrolytes. So, if you wake up craving salty bacon and eggs with sweet baked beans on the side, that's why. And honor the craving, by all means, it does help. However, to understand what really causes this nasty headache, we need to be more specific. It is common knowledge that alcoholic beverages contain, alcohol. And the scientific name for the alcohol in our drinks is ethanol. Unfortunately, ethanol is almost always accompanied by its lesser-known evil twin, methanol. And even that is a bit harsh. It's not the alcohols themselves that cause the problem, it's what happens when our body begins to break these alcohols down. The real culprits for the headache we get the morning after the night before are not actually the alcohols themselves, but alcohol metabolites. Acetaldehyde is a metabolite of ethanol. It is toxic and it does contribute to the symptoms of the headache. But, fortunately for us, in a short time it is converted to acetic acid, which is essentially table vinegar. And in this safe form, it is finally excreted from the body without too much drama. So, if you wake up the morning after with an acid stomach, that's why. But the biggest factor in an epic hangover headache is methanol. The amounts of methanol in legal and controlled alcoholic beverages are extremely small, and that's a good thing because the metabolites of methanol are highly, highly toxic. The exact same enzymes in our body that metabolize ethanol also metabolize methanol, but there is an important difference. The metabolites of methanol are formaldehyde and formic acid. You have heard of them before. Formaldehyde is used in embalming. Literally, that's your brain on formaldehyde. Formic acid is a key component in the venom of many insects. If you have ever been stung by a bee, you know your body doesn't like formic acid. That's why, in the olden days, things sometimes went terribly wrong with home-brewed moonshine. These homebrews were sometimes too high in methanol, and although methanol will give us just as much of a buzz as ethanol, when it is metabolized, it is highly dangerous. In fact, just 2 tablespoons of methanol are enough to kill, while 2 teaspoons of methanol are enough to blind. So there you have it. Although in commercial drinks there are only trace amounts of methanol, if we have too many drinks, there will be enough toxic methanol metabolites in our body to cause all those nasty hangover symptoms the next day. They call it intoxication for a reason. But there's one more thing to consider. Why does it take so many hours for that terrible headache to appear? Why don't we get warning signs that we have, in effect, poisoned ourselves till the morning after? It's simple, really. Alcohol metabolizing enzymes prioritize ethanol over methanol. Only when all the ethanol has been metabolized do these enzymes move on to methanol. So, strange as it may sound, if you wake up with a severe hangover headache, a shot of vodka, or, for my preference, Zivania, will help a lot in reducing the symptoms. That's what people refer to when they talk about hair of the dog that bit you. When making Zivania or other distillates, the first few liters are discarded precisely because they are pure methanol. So when we drink a small amount of Zivania or vodka or raki, the enzymes will again ignore the methanol we consumed the night before and focus on the metabolism of the ethanol that the white spirit contains. This will buy us some extra time, just the time we need for the methanol to be excreted in the urine before being converted to formaldehyde and formic acid. Of course, the idea is to add a shot of alcohol to coffee, or if we're feeling fancy, make a Bloody Mary. If we have more than one drink, the cycle will start all over again. Once again, moderation is key. Do you want to know more about the history of Bloody Mary cocktails? Do you want to know my favorite Bloody Mary recipe? I make it with Zivania, not vodka. But that's in our next video. Go right ahead and subscribe so you don't miss it. And I will see you soon. Cheers.